From the beginning, we are talking about wave function. And I have said that wave function can be written in this way. And I have given you an example that psi is written as, if it is moving along, if the particle is moving along x direction, then we have written psi as a function of xt as some constant e to the power kx minus omega t, or a constant e to the power I by h cut pxx minus et. That's how we have written. But why I have written it in this way? Is there any particular condition? Is there any properties of the wave function that we need to maintain? Yes. We need to maintain some properties of wave function. Any function cannot be treated as wave function. So what are those properties? So next, properties of wave function. Let's understand it. What are those properties? The first one is that the wave function, say I am writing the wave function as psi RT. RT means XYZ t. I am assuming that particle is moving in any arbitrary direction, then the wave function must be function of x, y, z and t. Instead of writing x, y, z, I am writing r, because r contains x, y, z. So the first point is that wave function must be finite. That means you cannot have an infinite value associated with a wave function. You cannot say that wave function value is infinite at any value of x, y, z. So this finite thing should be for all values of x, y, z. Why is it so? That means in other words, if the particle is moving in any arbitrary direction x, y, z, then for any value of x, y, z, you cannot say the wave function is infinite. Because we know that if we can find out psi star psi d tau, we get the probability. So if psi at any point becomes infinite, then psi star psi becomes also infinite. So at that point, psi star psi becomes infinite also. Probability cannot be infinite. We know probability can be between 0 to 1 only. There is the limit. You cannot say probability of finding the particle at any point becomes infinite. No, it's physically meaningless. So if probability cannot be infinite, that means psi star psi cannot be infinite. In other words, psi cannot be infinite. So psi must be finite for all values of x, y, z. This is the first thing. Second point, the wave function must be single valued. What does that mean? Single valued means for any value of x, y, z, there must be one and only one value of psi. That means, for say, at a particular point, I am saying the wave function has value 0.3. Again, I am saying at that value also, the wave function has 0.5 value. But if I estimate the probability at that point, since psi has two defined values at the same point, probability must have two defined values at the same point, which is meaningless. It is not possible. Probability at any point can be a single value thing. So you cannot have two values of probability at the same thing, at the same point. So wave function must be a single value for all points, for all x, y, z. And third, the wave function psi and its derivatives. And its derivatives means del psi, del x, del psi, del y, space derivatives. All these quantities must be continuous. Continuous at that boundary. What is meant by that? It's meant like that. Suppose a particle is moving. Suppose there is a boundary. There is a boundary between two different media. Okay, so suppose this is air, this is water media. Okay. Now a particle a particle is going from air to water. Okay. So since the particle is moving, the wave function is also associated with it. So there will be a wave function associated with this particle in air. There will be a wave function associated with the particle in water. So if I say the wave function associated with the particle in air, then suppose it is a sine function. Suppose it will look like this. Now in the water medium, suppose the wave function is an exponentially decaying function like this. Okay, so wave function is changed, but the point is at the boundary. This is the boundary between air and water. At the boundary, the wave function and its derivatives must be continuous. That means it must start from this point. It will start from this point onward. So it can be any other function, but the end point of the wave function in air and starting point of the wave function in water must be same. So this is the continuity. There should be a continuity here. That means we cannot say that one wave function is like this, another wave function is like this. We cannot say. There will be discontinuity. There is a discontinuity here, which is not possible. So wave function and its derivatives must be continuous at the boundary. This is the third point. So these are the properties of wave function. These three properties must be maintained. If you can think of a function, which obeys these three properties, then we can say that function as wave function. I'm giving you an example. So the point is, first point, the wave function must be finite for all values of x, y, z. So think of all possibilities. If you have the wave function infinite at any value, then it cannot be treated as wave function. Second point, the function must be single value everywhere. And third, at the boundary, the wave function and its space derivatives must be continuous. Let's have some example. Whether we can say those functions as wave functions or not. I am writing some wave functions. Say first one. Say the function I am saying is simple one, 1 by x. Is it a wave function? That means the function, no doubt. Function of x. Now, can I say this is a wave function? So for that first thing, here we cannot use the third property, because for the third property, we require the boundaries. Here there is no boundary given. So what we can use? We can use the first two properties. First, at all points, here you observe the function is a function of x only. So we'll check only x. That for all values of x, whether the value 1 by x or the function 1 by x becomes infinite or not. Now if I say at x equals to 0, what will be the function? Function becomes, your function is fx. The function becomes infinite. So we cannot use it. We cannot use it as a wave function, because as x tends to 0, the function becomes infinite. Discarded. So it is discarded. Second, say it is, now I'm adding 1 to it. Previously the problem was when x tends to 0, the function becomes infinite. Now if I put x equal to 0, then that function will be 1 by 1, that is 1, not an infinite quantity. So can I treat it now as a wave function? Still no. Why? Because now if x tends to plus 1, fx again tends to infinity. No, sorry, x tends to minus 1. If I put x tends to minus 1, then minus 1 plus 1, 0. 1 by 0, infinite. So here, if I put x equal to 0, no problem. X equal to 1, 2, 3, no problem. X equal to minus 2, minus 3, no problem. But if I put x equal to minus 1, then the function becomes infinite. So it is not a wave function again. Okay. So similarly, if I say 1 by x, say the x minus 3. Will it be? Will it be a wave function? No. Because again, if I put x equal to 3, then the quantity becomes infinite. X plus 3, again same concept. If I put x equal to minus 3, then it's not. Okay. So this is also not. Same reason. Now, suppose the function is x square plus 1. What about this? X square plus 1. Can I say it is a wave function? X square plus 1. It is finite everywhere, because if I put, how to check whether it is finite or not? You check different values for x. Like x, I put x equal to 0. If I put x equal to 0, then it is 1 by 1, 1. No problem. If I put x equal to plus 1, then x square is 1. So 1 by 2. No problem. If I put x equal to minus 1, then also it becomes 1 by 2. So no problem. And think of any other values, it is finite. So first point, it is finite. So first property is satisfied. Now, what about the second property? Single value. Now, please be careful about the understanding of single value. Single value means at a particular value of x, the function must have a single value. That means suppose I am drawing this type of function. You observe this is function and this direction is x. So I'm plotting fx as a function of x. So you observe fx has different values, but for different values of x. Fx, this value is changing. Value is changing, but when it is changing, x value is also changing. At a certain value of x, suppose this point, x is fixed, this is x. For this value of x, there is only one value of fx. That is called single value. Rather, suppose the wave function looks like this. Say this is a function. Suppose this is how the function looks like. That means this is our graph. This is x. This one is fx. Now, observe a particular value of x. This value of x. You observe at this value of x, how many values of fx? 1, 2, 3. 3 values of fx. That is not desirable. That is not the condition of single value. Here we have 3 values of fx for a single value of x. Whereas here, for a single value of x, you have only one value of fx. That is single value. This is single value. So whenever we are saying that 1 by x square plus 1, think of it. For a particular value of x, how many values of fx you have? Only one. If you change the value, like you are saying x equal to 1, I am putting x equal to 1, the value will be 1 by 2. I am putting x equal to minus 1, I am getting value 1 by 2. No problem, because two different values of x, I am getting the same value of fx. That is not a problem. The opposite is problem. That means if I get if I get two values of fx for same value of x, that is not desirable. That is not desirable. In case of sine waves, this is a sine wave. You observe zero value, you will get the same value. You will get the same value. This value, you will get same value for different values of x. No problem. You shouldn't get more than one value of fx for a same value of x. That is not desirable. And you are not getting that thing here. For a single value of x, you are getting a single value of fx. So, this quantity can be used as a wave function. We can use it as a wave function. X, of course not. Hope this is how you understand. Because if I put x tends to infinity, then this function fx, which is x, tends to infinity. Similarly, if I put x square, x cube, x to the power n, anything, when x tends to infinity, the wave function also tends to infinity. So not. Okay. Let's think. Say sin x. Sin x, we know the range of sin x is -1 to +1. So there is no point where you get infinite value of sin x. And we know the functional form of sin x. For any value of x, we get a single value of fx or sin x. So this is possible. Similarly, cos x possible. So sin x, cos x, or if it is written as sin kx minus omega t or cos omega t minus kx. Therefore, sin x, cos x, sin kx, cos kx, sin kx minus omega t or sin omega t minus kx, all these functions can be treated as wave functions because if we only consider the first two properties, then that two properties are satisfied. For all values of x, y, or z, these sine or cos functions are finite and they are single value functions. So we can treat them as wave functions, no doubt. So whether it is written as sin x or sin kx, sin mx, sin bx, as cos kx, all are considered. Okay, that means instead of this, if it is written, say, a sin mx, a and m are two finite values, then no problem. It can be treated as a wave function. What types other we have? Okay. Sine, cos. Next, say sec x, sec or tan. What about them? Suppose a function is given sec x, say or sec kx, or tan kx. This type of function. What about them? We know that sec, tan, these quantities have some infinite values for certain values of x. So sec, tan cannot be utilized as wave functions because they are not finite for all values of x. So they cannot be treated as wave function. Next, say e to the power x. What about it? E to the power x. Can I treat it as a wave function? No. As x tends to infinite, e to the power x also tends to infinite. So we cannot use it because, as I said, it should be finite for all values of x, unless a restriction is given. That means suppose the same question that e to the power x, you have to check whether e to the power x is a wave function or not when x is given as the range of x is said, say a range of x is supplied. For this range, whether ex is finite or not, of course it's finite because x becomes infinite only when x tends to infinite, e to the power x tends to infinite. Otherwise, for any other values of x, e to the power x is finite. So within this range, e to the power x is finite. Please be careful. So if you are given a range, then check whether within that range the wave function is finite or not, whether the wave function is single valued or not within that range. But if range is not supplied, then we'll assume the range is minus infinity to plus infinity. So definitely within the minus infinity to plus infinity range, e to the power x is not finite. So then it is not wave function. But within this range, we can use e to the power x as wave function. And it is valid for all the functions. So point by point is, if a range is supplied, range of x, y, z is supplied, then check whether your function, where the given function is finite, the given function is single valued within that range or not. And if there is no range supplied, that means you can change all space. That means minus infinity to plus infinity. Okay. Next, e to the power minus x. So if the range is not supplied, then we can think range is minus infinity to plus infinity, and we know as x tends to minus infinity, e to the power minus x tends to infinity. So we cannot use it. What about e to the power x square? Same thing, as x tends to infinity, e to the power x square tends to infinity. Not possible. What about e to the power minus x square? Now check it carefully. E to the power minus x square. E to the power x square was not possible. E to the power minus x was not possible. What about e to the power minus x square? If I put x equal to 0, no problem. E to the power 0, 1. If I put x tends to infinity, e to the power minus infinity, 0. Now if I take x tends to minus infinity, still no problem because you have x square. You have x square. That means if I take x equal to minus infinity, then it will be e to the power minus infinity. And e to the minus infinity is 0. So for all values of x, the quantity is finite. Quantity is finite. And e to the power minus x square is an exponentially decaying function. It will look like this. So you observe, this is your x and this is fx. So for any value of x, you have only one value of fx. So single valued. So it is single valued. So you can take it as wave function. So which type of functions we observed can be taken as wave functions? Quantity like x square plus 1, x square plus 3, x square minus 2, like these quantities, that functions can be taken as wave functions. Sine, cos, or any combination of them can be taken as wave functions. And e to the power minus x square, that can be taken as wave function for all space. That means for minus infinity plus infinity, these are the certain functions which can be treated as wave functions. So you observe most of the functions are discarded by only considering the first property. Now suppose you are given the figures, that some figures are supplied and you have, that means the wave functions are plotted, or better to say functions are plotted. Now you have to check whether that functions can be treated as wave functions or not. I'm using some questions from university. So this is the first type of function. This is the first type. Hopefully you understand, this will be x direction, this is fx direction. Okay. Now can I treat it, can I take this as wave function? So for that, what we have to check, first point, whether it is finite or not. Yes, we can observe it. We can observe, we have plotted the wave function, that we have plotted the function, that means it is finite. We cannot plot an infinite quantity. So first point, no problem. Second point, single value. Of course, for a single value of x, check any value of x. For a single value of x, we have only one value of fx. Therefore, this can be taken as wave function. Like this. Is it a wave function? First thing, finite because it is drawn. Second thing, single value. Now observe. For this value of x, how many fx value we are observing? 1, 2, 3. More than 1. So we cannot say this is a single valued function, so it cannot be treated as wave function. Oscillating. So it is oscillating and wave amplitude is decaying, and after some time becomes 0. So can I take it? Yes, single valued, finite. We can consider it as a wave function. This is the boundary. Can I consider it? First point, finite, single valued. What about the continuity? At the boundary, it is not continuous. And that's why at the boundary, it is not single valued. So we cannot consider it. So these type of questions are asked. So here you will be asked, write down the properties of wave function. Then you have to mention these 3 properties, or some functions will be given to you, and you have to say whether you can consider those functions as wave functions or not.